does your mom let you have 2 dragons?
Only shooting stars break the mold.
Hello everybody and welcome to Brawl Stars. I'm Amy the Amazonian and today I'm revisiting Miirym, Sentinel Wyrm. She's a dragon that doubles your dragons. This is a 6/6 with Ward 2. She's big, she's powerful, she flies, and when a non-token dragon enters the battlefield under your control, you get a copy of it. And this is such a strong ability when you have dragons that work with dragons or other big creatures. It turns out that Arena has a lot of the very powerful dragons. I mean, dragons that care about you casting dragons. Dragons that care about damage being dealt to dragons. Wrathful Red Dragon is an example. Dragons that care about other dragons entering the battlefield under your control. And the amount of mana value of dragons that you happen to have. There's a lot of cool dragons that care about dragons, and we're gonna drag on this intro if I keep talking about all of them. The strategy of this deck is to ramp into dragons. Excellent. Then play them. Then attack your opponent for tons and tons of damage. As you might expect, me being me, there's also cards like Roaming Throne in this deck to double Miirym's ability. The strongest version of that is actually Spark Double, because if you Spark Double Miirym, you get 3 Miiryms total, and then when another dragon enters the battlefield under your control, there are suddenly 4 of them. Easy way to win the game if you manage to get Miirym to stay alive for a turn. Because this is in teamer colors, that's green, blue, and red, we have access to a little bit of burn, a tiny bit of counter spells, and of course, green ramp. All of these are really great together, especially because dragons actually have their own very specific ramp with these Jade Orbs and the Orb of Dragonkind. These are really just for dragon decks, but they give you a lot of extra abilities, extra strength, and extra ramp for this deck. So we're going to take Miirym into the queue, and we're going to slam into our opponents with twice as many flying lizards. Tulane, Teller of Tales. Bant, creatures entering the battlefield draw you a card and let you put a land into play. I should say it's on cast. It's kind of like a growth spiral attached to all your creatures, and it adds up to a lot of ramp very fast because it's typically played with a ton of mana dorks. Hi, Tulane. Also, enter the battlefield creatures. Tulane was one of those odd cards that was released into Standard, technically as part of Eldraine, but it was part of the pre-con Brawl decks like Corvold and Sir Gwyn and Alayla. Alright, Tulane, I'm ready to rumble. Start with a Stomping Ground. We use our Secluded Courtyard for dragons. Roar. Come here, Tulane. Turn 1, Llanowar Elf. No! Abyssin's Pilgrim. Okay, yes. We're gonna name Dragon, and we're going to play a Beast. You're ramping, I'm ramping. We're all ramping here. They don't have blue mana out yet. But I do have 3 mana. Provisioner! Landfall is going to get them treasures, which can be used for any kind of mana. I'm going to play the Jade Orb of Dragonkind, and use these 2 to cast Invasion of Tarkir to deal 2 damage to that Tireless Provisioner. I don't need to reveal any dragons, so I won't. It's a secret to everyone. Yeah, getting Landfall with Tulane is so scary. So they have enough mana for Tulane here. They're playing Nihilith, that's going to discount their creatures. Oh, I'm sorry, they were off by 1. He cost 5, they only had 4 mana. I have 6 mana now. I think I'll just play my commander. It gets Hexproof from the Jade Orb. And now it's going to double the nasty little dragons we can play next turn. Hoping to do Lathliss and then flip over the Invasion, because that is a dragon being cast. Hi, Nylia. Tulane, they still have 1 mana up. Their creatures do cost 1 less, so they could play a 2 mana critter. Like Gallagreeters! Gives them 1 more. Ominous Traveler. Ominous Traveler with Tulane. You can kind of just like bounce it over and over, especially if you have a Nylia out. Okay, we'll see. We'll see if I can overwhelm them So we're going to start with Lapras. Their turn, their next turn could win them the game, and my next turn could win me the game. It's going to be very dependent on what we happen to get. Because dragons. Dragon drop. And they're just gonna be like, one mana creatures over and over and over and over. Fabro Elder, okay. Legos. Also, Lapras can pump up all my dragons at the same time. At least it won't drag on. GG, Tulane! Amalia Bedalia out here gaining life and going on adventures. She's exploring, and if she manages to hit 20 power on her explorations, she explodes. Actually, she survives, but she kills everything else on the battlefield. Which is cool. Yeah. Kami of Bamboo Groves, help me ramp, please. I'm going to name blue on this, I guess. I already have some good green. This will come in tap no matter what because of Kami of Bamboo Groves. Daxos, enter the battlefield or die equals life gain. Get myself a mana dork, and in 2 turns, a dragon. Extraction specialist, but they don't have anything in the graveyard. They could have like swung in with this first. It's still a good little life linker. Amalia's not out yet though, so no life link, no life gain, no nothing. All right, beef these 2 up. The arrows, by the way, not quite depicting correctly yet. If I had a creature in the graveyard, we could use it to exile Daxos. I don't, so instead I'm going to play Lozanne. Lozanne lets me deal damage to any non-commander target. This is really weird. This is how she is in paper, too. Doesn't let you hit commanders. So I can't hit Amalia, but I can hit anybody else here. Sure. But she's lonely, and now she's dead. I think I'm blocking the extraction specialist. Graphics, baby. Amalia explores, finds a land, and then finds another land! Oh, look at her go. We got Defensive Temple, flips over. I could either get rid of Daxos this turn, or I could play my commander. I want to play my commander. Daxos to the Maxos. Arcane Signet. Dragons are fun, especially when you have 2 of them. We have 2 creatures in our graveyard, so with our 2 Masked Vandals, we could take out both Daxos and the Arcane Signet. Or I could, like, Earthquake Dragon. Or I could do both. We are going to do both. Masked Vandal to start. We're going to get 2 Masked Vandals. This is a dragon. And the Signet. In each of these, I'm going to get 1/1/1 counter. X equals 1, X equals 1. Because now I still have enough mana for the Earthquake Dragon. And the Earthquake Dragon, well, it's a 10/10, so I have a lot of stuff here. Swinging in the air for 8. Boom, pow. We've undone their life gain. So Speaker to Heavens is not tapping to make angels. You have to be at 32 life in order to get that in 1v1 Brawl. And we win! Because we have 10/10 dragons. GG Amalia. Gix, Yawgmoth Praetor. Gix is a mono black deck that plays lots of little low-cost creatures. And those little low-cost creatures are all trying to hit you, because when they do, you can pay a life and draw a card. allowing you to get even more low-cost creatures. This is a very, like, aggressive black deck that's not afraid to throw away its creatures to draw more of them. I feel that there's occasionally a different version of it that's using... Oh, I'm blanking on it. The Apostles. Yeah, the Apostle version of this deck occasionally shows up, too. Where you're sacrificing them to make big demons. Got a little bit of turn 1 ramp here. Diregraph Ghoul. Loads of 1-drops. Play this Dragon's Horde. And I guess I'll swing in for one. I don't really feel like I'd be blocking here. Dragon's Horde is a mana rock. That's great with dragons, because it can draw you cards. Oh, yes, I have thoughts. I have a burn spell, a counter spell, and Earthquake Dragon. Which is not actually that good here, but it's a really cool card if I have an army of dragons out. They hit the tail's end, that'll stop me from countering Gix next turn. And they're playing another 1-drop, and this 1-drop, when it dies, gets them more stuff. Ah, excellent. Goblini! This goblin reduces the cost of my red and green spells. I'm going to pay X equals 2. Because I can with the discount. Because this will also allow me to play Miirym next turn. Draconic Debut, by the way, is an arena-only card. It is cool. I feel like they could do this in paper, but similar effects are always until end of turn. Like, the next dragon spell you cast this turn costs X less. I'm not blocking that witch. Oh, bone shards to take out the goblin? And they get the spell off the spell book. I wonder what they got. Ooh, I actually should have shocked this in so I could use this for card draw. Hindsight 2020. You know how it is. Blot out is going to make me sacrifice Miirym. I'll use this to draw a card. Hoping to get a dragon. It's not a dragon, but it is removal. It's a recurable removal, even. Probably use it if they play Gix here. The Spitflame is, like, the dragons one. The only thing that would be awesome about this is if it could hit planeswalkers. It can't. It can only hit creatures. Hey, Gix. Bye, Gix. Bye, Gix. We'll see you later. Zumi Prowler's like, what? Just a rat guy. What's up? Gotta land. Oh, cool. I guess we're ramping. Blood-Soaked Champion. This is a recurable creature. Great for bringing it back from the graveyard. Can't block. Can hit. Ooh, and a Vault Scourge. Oh, I just got a very good blocker, though. The Bonehorde Dracosaur. It's also a dragon. Oh, I should have manually tapped that. Yes. Or do I want to draw a card? I'm going to choose to put this back into hand. Bonehorde Dracosaur. Flying. First strike. At the beginning of my turn gets me card advantage. And based on the cards from that card advantage, I get more pieces, but actually, it's dead. Aww. They killed the Dracosaur. They don't have 2 mana, so they can't bring that back from the grave. I'll draw a card. Cool. Naming Dragon. This is not a dragon. I'm trying to decide if I want to hold up Spit Flame or not. I want to try to get Miirym out next turn. Yeah, this dude just like hopped up into the sky and bit my dragon. Kind of gross. Here comes Gix. They did get a land. Everybody's swinging in. I am going to trade with one of y'all. I don't need this to replay Miirym. I could play the Servant first, but I'd rather draw the card off of Dragon's Horde. Oh, Spark Double. Okay, so please survive until next turn, Miirym. You have Ward 2, and I believe in you. You can block, but I want all of the Miiryms. I want a small army of the same creature. I'm not blocking. I'm gonna let you draw. But in case it's like Meathook Massacre, that's why I'm not blocking. I thought like maybe I could block with just the Bolt Scourge. Okay, Blood-Soaked Champion's back. Bitter block. Okay, we're good. I'm fine with this. Behold, my commander, and my commander. And the reason I wanted this so bad is, you want to see a lot of power and toughness? Remember how that was 4 mana? This is 1. Earthquake Dragon, Earthquake Dragon, Earthquake Dragon, and Earthquake Dragon. Looking pretty good, right? Oh yeah. It's all coming together. And I guess I'll play Ragavan too, because he's here. Swinging in with my commander. I guess the Dragon Speaker can go in too. Excellent. I am now threatening lethal. Times like 5. Can you rid me of my dragons? Watch them cast Crux of Fate and name dragons, and then I'm just like left with Ragavan and the Shaman, and they're like, what am I supposed to do about this? What am I supposed to do about this? No, they're gonna try and steal 4 cards from my deck. Gix using the discard ability. Yes, he has more abilities. But the 4 cards they hit were Sarkhan, Scrapgorger, and 2 lands. Not enough to win them the game. GG with the dragons. Aurelia, the War Leader. She gives you an additional attack phase if she's attacked on the turn. I actually have an Aurelia deck in paper. She's awesome. I might be biased. I love Aurelia so much. I think she's so cool. We're going to play the Rootbound Crag and then see what else we happen to draw. Because I might want to just play the Anarchomancer, or I might want to set up for Uro. Alicia Red, thank you for the 5-month resub.
Watch out, it's a 5.0 magnitude sub.
My gosh. I'm playing the Anarchomancer. I'm narking on him. My Aurelia deck is an Angels typal deck. Because I know what I like, and it's the Angels. Let's use the Bloodstained Mire to grab something with a little blue in it. Could shock that in. I'm feeling either Uro or Dragon's Horde. Let's go for Uro. I'm gonna risk it. I want to draw land. We have quite a few lands in this deck. I think we're at like 42. I'm playing extras. In this way, I'm still holding this Dragon's Fire. Also, I have an Uro in my graveyard to eventually escape. Uro doesn't do that much with this deck, but we have some things that care about, like the power and toughness of creatures entering the battlefield. That's nice. Oh, Charming Scoundrel. Are you going to draw and discard? Are you going to get Wicked? Make a treasure, ramp into Aurelia. She does cost all of 6 mana. We can currently kill Aurelia using Dragon's Fire, since we have Imrith in hand. Who's a pretty big dragon. Is this the same Aurelia I played on Shuffle Up and Play? Sort of. And that's a weird answer, but the answer is sort of. My Aurelia deck usually has this Aurelia as the commander, Aurelia the war leader. For the Shuffle Up and Play episode, I swapped the commander to the other one because that was what they asked me to do. All right, Adeline. Do I kill Adeline pre-combat or do I save this for Aurelia? I also have a board wipe in hand, and I'll be able to block Aurelia next turn. Ooh, okay, so they're going to use Ossification on my Goblini. Nothing I can do about that. Before they go to combat, I am going to reveal a dragon, Imrith, and kill Adeline. Boop. So I'll name Blue, revealing the same dragon I revealed before. And here comes Miirym. She is a 6/6, so she can block Aurelia. But there is also some, like, good white removal especially that would be able to take her out. Like this, the Ossification. Hey, why are you looking at my commander like that? Please don't. There's another Aurelia coming out in the next set, too, in, Karlov Manor. Aw, man, Swords to Plowshares. Dang. They always have it. That's not true. But they have it often enough. I will play the Dragon Lord Servant, which gives me a discount so I can play Imrith. I wanted 2 Imriths, but I'll settle for 1. She's very strong. Hits face, draws cards. I believe Miirym, Imrith, they're dragons. Wait, Wrath of God? What? What's going on over here? What's going on? What's a Wrath of God doing in your Boros aggro deck? Shattered Skull Smashing, maybe? Something that could kill both of these? Song of Totentans! Hey! Look at all those writs! Oh, don't attack. Okay, listen, Aurelia, you need to read the card. I have 1 dragon. If you attack with those, all your rats will die. Okay, good. They recognized the issue here, and they did not move forward with the poor decision. I am going to draw a card, looking for a land. A Restless Vine Stalk, an excellent land. I will use this Masked Vandal. I am going to eat up some of my graveyard for this, but I think it's worth it to free my boy. Boy equals freed. We're going to hit the Dragon Lord Servant out of my graveyard. Ah, sweet, beautiful discounts. Let's just play this. Boop. Not a dragon. Friends with dragons. Right. I do actually want to keep this back because attacking with Aurelia, I want to make sure I have a blocker. But these little rats, they ain't gonna do nothing. I also have 2. Count them, 2 dragons right now. This is a dragon. There's not a lot of dragons that give you artifact and enchantment hate. So this is the one I'm running. There actually is another one. I think it's called like Sword Coast Dragon or something like that. That's the Emerald Dragon. I'm not running it. And the passive from this Sarkhan, the Dragon Man, is enough to stop them from swinging in. GG, Aurelia. I see a fellow dragon enjoyer in the queue. I'm going first. I have a little bit of dragon-related ramp here with the Fearsome Whelp. You already know what their commander does, because it's our commander. Hi, Miirym. How you doing? Fearsome Whelp. This is a pretty sweet card. Discounts dragons in my hand. Since our Forsaken Crossroads is going to be entering tapped, I'm gonna throw it down. Name Blue. Scry. Ooh. An orb. I'll take an orb. Round. Very good. Wooded Foothills. I'm gonna crack this open and grab the Gruul Shockland. Stomping Grounds. Love paying life. And I love instilling fear in your hearts with my baby dragon. This makes Atsushi in Inferno of the Star Mounts cost less. Oh, same hat! I want these to cost low enough that I could play them possibly on the same term as Miirym. It's a lot of discounts, I know. I'm loving it. I'll probably play one of them this turn. I kind of like, by the way, I could kill this, but I kind of like letting them do this because it means both of us are doing the thing. And the thing is dragons. XXL Inferno with a star mounts. Also a hexproof and stuff. Ah, well, I have more mana than them. Thank you for going first. And we have a big dragon. So I guess we win. GG. Lord Skitter, Sewer King. He's a rat, and he makes more rats while exiling from your graveyard. The exiling from graveyard part is tough because, well, I have an Uro in my opening hand, and I would love to play it on turn 2. I don't know exactly what this deck is going to be, though, since Lord Skitter could just be rats. Like, rat colony rats. But the first card they played, this is not a rat. This is a skeleton. I wonder what that's for. Well, they sacrificed it so they could maybe play Lord Skitter. Okay. Lord Skitter's on the battlefield. I'm going to use Invasion of Tarkir. Revealing Goldspan Dragon so I can deal 3 damage to Lord Skitter. And I'll use this Delighted Halfling to deal 1 whole damage to the invasion. That way, if I do get to 5 mana for Goldspan, I can just take this out in 1 hit. It could be Skitter Aristocrats. It's making something you can sacrifice every turn. So this deck could be very similar to like a Jadar deck. I have a Jadar deck that is Mono Black Aristocrats. I also have a Yawgmoth deck that's Mono Black Aristocrats. Could be similar to either of those. I don't have to worry about counter spells. That is a mono black deck. They're not that into that. Whoa, it's a Strider. Oh, Aristorats is so cute, though. Yeah, I bet it's going to be a lot like my Jadar deck. Lots of on-death triggers, sacrifice outlets, things that care about sacrificing stuff. Kill cards to get cards. Next turn, it's Goldie. I think we could go for Miirym. Okay. It's one of those, like... Do we roll need or roll greed? Hey, Braids. Yeah, you're gonna get a creature. Pass to end step. I think they'll sacrifice that goat. Are you gonna get my goat? No, you're not, because I'm gonna let you draw a card. I don't want to sacrifice my halfling. Here's the Ketria Triome. Blurg Braids. She's pretty good. Flipping this, or playing my commander. I'd really like to play my commander, and I understand she might just die. We have to take risks so we can do cool dragon stuff. Like, I don't want 1 Goldspan. I want 2 Goldspans. I don't want 1 Defiant Thundermaw. I want 2 Defiant Thundermaws. Isn't that right, Lord Skits? He's like, I want to exile the Uro from your graveyard. It's looking good. This makes me want to try a Lord Skitter brew. Just, like, take my Jadar deck and update it. Bloodchief's Thirst, they didn't have enough to kick it and also get through this ward cost, but they could have an edict effect now. Now that they've killed one of my creatures, they could make me sacrifice my other one. Oh. Sacrificing to the Phyrexian Tower. For Diabolic Intent. For 1 mana, you could have the Symmetrical Edict that's, is it Chainers? Each player sacrifices 1? Chainers Edict? I'm blanking on the name of it. They could also just tutor for a land. I've been there before. Ah, Innocent Blood! That's the one! That Betrayer Pope, you said it at the same time. I don't have enough in my graveyard to guarantee getting out Uro, so we're gonna move this out so I don't accidentally just lose this in my graveyard. Okay, I guess that we're just going to flip this over and play ourselves a couple little dragons. Is Innocent Blood legal in this format? Sure is. Defiant Thundermaw! And I'll put this Botanical Sanctum into play. Now whenever we attack with the dragon, we deal 2 damage to each target, or to any target, and we get to do that twice, since we have 2 attacking dragons. The number of times you use Sisay for land tutoring. Listen, sometimes you just gotta tap and get it beside you, or another, like, legendary land. It's a legendary card, you might as well. Flap, flap, flap. Yep, 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 yep. They are beating. They have 5 cards in hand. They're really getting rough on those lands, though. Yes, this was added in Jumpstart, it looks like. That's why we have Innocent Blood. Seems like a good card with Lord Skitter. I bet all of the 3 mana, each player sacrifices a creature. Creatures, like Fleshbag Marauder, are also pretty good. A good fleshy. Okay, they're going through that rope. I would like to once again play my commander. And they are in danger. Because I've got a small army of dragons looking to double that Terror to the Peaks. Or maybe this is just a rope. They keep hovering over their hand, so I know that they're here. Maybe they have 1 piece of removal. Please, Lord Skitter, please take your priority and pass it back to me. We make a treasure, we bop him in the face. Boop, 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 boop. Excellent. Okay, pass it. Did you get a land? I don't think they got a land. Please, you can just concede. It's not my fault that you didn't draw land. Remember, if somebody is roping you, you can go to the options and settings page. You can do that by pressing escape or the gear in the corner. And click report a bug. Capture your log and click contact support. It'll bring you to a page where you'll have to log in, but you can report the player you're playing against. Put their username in and say, yeah, this person started roping when they started losing. Which is rude. Don't do that. Clement, Novice Acolyte. When Clement enters the battlefield, your creatures get a perpetual +1/+1. And he also does something else depending on what color he specializes in, but I don't remember what those are. I want to say white gives things lifelink. Does red make a token? Okay, boon for lifelink. Red. Oh, no, red turns him to a damage reflector. All right. I'm into this. I kept a kind of slow hand because I knew I was going first. I've got turn 3 ramp or turn 3 haste and card draw enabler. I'm going to go with Kiora on turn 3 so I can hopefully get out Thunderbreak Regent on turn 4. Hi, Clement. Clement's buffing up their cards in their hand. Here's Kiora. Okay, Clement. Show me what you've buffed. I feel like going into red could just be I'm a Boros aggro deck. Or it could be specifically like... Oh, it also gets double strike. Okay, he gets double strike too. It could be like a stop hitting yourself kind of deck. All right, they've already gone into red. They discarded a Phoenix, which can come back. I was dealt 3 or more damage. Nice bird. If I want to go for the maximum ramp, I could play Uro here. I would still be drawing cards, but I think we should get out something that can block. Something like Thunderbreak Regent. Kaka. Nice, got another land. And this is any target. Rasad is going to exile the Thunderbreak Regent because they targeted a dragon. This goes away. Kyora's also gonna go away. They're hitting her. I do not have a 5-drop dragon in hand, so I'm going to play Uro. Bring out that Ketria Triome. The unclaimed territory, naming, you guessed it, dragon, and an arcane signet. We're ramping. We're going to take a lot of damage here, too. They're specializing into red. When he dies, they make 3 soldiers. They discarded Phoenix of Ash, which they can just escape once they get enough cards in graveyard. Temple of the Dragon Queen. Sure, red. I have dragon. I guess we're just gonna leave in the heart of cards here. Miirym. I was gonna say, white, I believe, silences the creature in exile if you go into white instead. Brutal Cathar! Oh no. We decline. We die. Very aggressive, Clement. Very aggressive. Goro-Goro and Satoru! Hey, I just released an updated video for a Goro-Goro and Satoru deck. Goro-Goro and Satoru is looking to hit you in the face on the same turn that creatures enter the battlefield. Because if you do, you get a dragon. Hasty things. Ninjutsu things. You got a little bit of samurais and ninjas going on. There's a little unblockable creature here. I'm going to play Cavern of Souls, naming Dragon, and ramp into Arcane Signet. Well, guess what? I also make dragons, Goro-Goro and Satoru, because I'm a Miirym deck. I don't actually have any dragons here. I lied. Ooh, a Thoughtseize. I think you hit Sarkhan here, because both of these attack in with 1 toughness. And they would die to him. They fully disagree. I'll use Key to the Archive. You got Counterspell, Claim the Firstborn, and Growth Spiral. I think I'll take a Counterspell, dropping this Forest. We'll see if they get a 3rd land. So far, by the way, this looks like it could just be my version of the deck, since I run both of these cards in mine. Sarkhan the Masterless. I don't have any non-token dragon for Miirym to copy. I can protect this dragon token using the counter spell. Miirym, by the way, will be uncounterable since I have a Cavern of Souls. Okay, Lightning Bolt. I am actually just going to keep this alive. I really like having Sarkhan with them having this unblockable operative. If they have to use more removal to try and get rid of that, awesome. They took the mana rock because they're like, I have a way to deal with Sarkhan. I got an unblockable creature. I can ninjutsu all I want. Ooh, Plaza of Heroes. I don't have that in my deck. GG and S. Oh, don't do it. Don't. Maybe have a buff. You can't ninjutsu yet. You have to let me declare blockers. Sarkhan the Masterless. Good in a dragon's deck. Atraxa, Praetor's Voice. This is the proliferating Atraxa that works great with Planeswalkers, +1/+1 counters, and poison. Or if you're me, you can also build it as a Saga's deck. I don't recommend it, but it's kind of cool. That's how I built my first Atraxa deck. We have a Delighted Halfling on turn 1 into turn 2 Carnelian Orb. I could also play the Fearsome Whelp. It would give a discount to just Glorybringer in my hand, but I like this slightly more permanent ramp. I wonder what kind Atraxa deck they'll be, though. Play the Glorybringer. I don't mind playing this right now. Since whenever they do play Atraxa, we can just blast her. And our turbo ramp into a Glorybringer is enough for her to run away. Hi, Atraxa. So many early concessions when we get a good start. Etali, Primal Conqueror. He conquers your deck by casting a spell for free from it when he enters the battlefield, and also casting a spell from their own deck. I think we'll name red or green. Go red here. The River Guide Pathway. I could use a little bit more mana. We have this Goblini who helps us discount things. We've got this, which also helps discount things. I have turn 1 ramp off a Utopia Sprawl. Neat. We'll start with Beside You. Goblin and Archomancer. Yeah, having our one of 2 counter spells in our hand is pretty nice here. Growling Regrowth, they sacrifice a land to get 2 more. Ooh. Lovely card here. I'm going to crack open my Wooded Foothills to get a red and blue land. Steam Vents. Throw that down. Our Dragon Speaker Shaman. Sakuna, if you would like to build a deck that has no rares in it, outside of maybe the Commander, you can build a Rat Colony deck. That is the absolute minimum number of wildcards you would need to build a full deck. But unless you have a specific archetype you're looking to build, nobody's going to be able to tell you what is the most budget deck, because Arena does not work that way. Nice. They have a snow covered forest. That means they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and if they play another land, 7 mana. And can play Etali next turn. So we'll be mindful and hold our Wash Away. They currently don't have anything on the board to make it uncounterable. Oh, we could also, like, play the Tyrant. Nah, I want to play Miirym and hold the Wash Away. This feels like the spiciest way we could take this turn. Could you play Indominus Rex on Arena? Nope, the card is not on Arena. None of the Jurassic Park cards are, except for the basic land arts. You think they're gonna concede when we counter their Etali? I don't know. maybe they're gonna be cool and realize that their deck can be super strong and just play him again in, like, a turn. Or they could be like that. Zurgo and Ojutai. Okay, so this could be a dragon deck, but it's almost certainly not a dragon deck. Zurgo and Ojutai cares about dragons dealing combat damage to players or battles. At least that's what it cares about on paper. It's usually just a Jeskai control deck that continuously bounces their commander back into hand after getting its on-hit ability, because it has hexproof when it's entered the battlefield. Let's get our super discounts here. Getting that turn 1 ramp is huge, because it means we could have a turn 3 Miirym. It could also get countered, but like, yeah! Turn 3 Miirym wins! I really wish people would stick around just like one more turn. Just one more. Narset, Enlightened Master, here to cast spells for free. Well, I'm here to cast spells at a great discount using things like Dragon Speaker Shaman. We have a lot of great ramp in his hand. No other dragons, but I'm pretty confident we'll find some. This Narset, though, is going to be tricky to play against because she's running a lot of Jeskai control cards. Counter spells, kill spells, board wipes, extra turns, all those sorts of things that she can cast for free on the turns that she attacks in. Because I don't have anything for turn 1 so far, I'm probably just playing my fetch land and fetching the Triome in these colors. Ketria, I want to say? Ketria Triome? Hey, Wooded Foothills. That's the same thing I was going to play. And now I have a dragon in hand. Bonehorde Dracosaur. I was being asked how many Sarkhans are in this deck, and it's actually 4 Sarkhans. 3 Planeswalker Sarkhans, and then 1 creature Sarkhan. Reckoner Bank Booster. I can play this, for that. I'll play the Cold Steel Heart, naming red. This Dragon Speaker Shaman. Yes, the strategy of the deck is, in fact, Flock of Dragon. Kill everything. I added in some new dragons, too. Like this one. It's a dragon dinosaur. Counter spell? How rude, Narset. This Narset, by the way, also has first strike and hexproof, so good luck killing her. My deck, this one specifically, not very good at killing Narset. We have, I think, 2 sort of board wipes that are able to hit her. I can save this for after Miirym comes down. Because I'd really love to get double dragons, not just one really strong dragon. Sure, they're all good on their own, but they're better in doubles. Behold my commander! And it's gone. Okay, well, eat 1 damage, nerd. Got him. Owned. Wrecked. Destroyed. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for beholding it. Thank you for holding these bees. I guess I'll say red. We need lots of red here. I'm gonna reveal a dragon, this one, and then I'm going to play a dragon, this one. Malamut, thank you so much for the 3-year resub! Oh, wait, let me make the thing pop up. It didn't. Why didn't it go? How am I supposed to rock the dragon? Dragon Ball Z. Booties! Uh-oh. Narset can go fast now. Was my overlay being weird? I'll try and fix it. One sec. I'm restarting it. While they take an extra turn and then attack me and then cast spells for free. Okay, we'll see if that works. Untapped is not responding. It's bugging! Let's try it again. Okay, see if it's working now. You might have to refresh the page. Alright, Narset with the boots. And voila! They give it a 21-month resub!
Amazon Wowie.
Wowie. They have 3 mana that we can see, too. If they attack in, like... Listen, I will block. Hold up, they're digging. Are they gonna risk the attack in, though? Will you sacrifice your commander? This cast 3 spells for free? Brainstorm. Okay, so Brainstorm lets them set up what spells they're casting for free. I win the game, by the way, if I get to take my next turn with these spells. Because double Terror of the Peaks into the double Dracosaur is just lethal damage. Alright, so they have free spells. Chandra, who does the burn. Bouncy things, and then everybody draws cards. They can't pay my ward cost, though, so Narset will die. They could use this Chandra, so they could pay the ward cost. But then they would have to have something else to do the burn damage, which one with the multiverse would work. They could technically reprieve their own emergency powers, so they could cast it again next turn. Just to keep it in hand and draw an extra card. The One Ring. Oh, that gives them protection! Ah, my strategy of killing them next turn is in fact defeated. How dare you, Chandra? How dare you, Narset? Emergency powers is happening twice. It was cast during a main phase, so they're going to get some free spells, I think. Oh. Well, actually, they're not, because they, I think, didn't have permanents. They cast a spell during their main phase, but they didn't have any mana, any permanents with mana value 7 or less from their hands. Aw, man, my cool dragons are gone, too. Bye, Miirym. Rude. I can't afford to cast her again, but I think it's going to be smarter if I try and get some hasty damage in. Humor Ascendancy. I guess I could play the Goblin. Goblin and Archomancer. Okay. Tyrant of Care Ridges. I mean, I want to kill Chandra. Bankbuster, you're just kind of here. Yes, I would love to draw a card. And we bop it. They can still cast more spells for free, and Narset could attack in again. Hi, Narset. You putting on those booties and swinging in. I can't stop you. Oh no, they're going to maximize velocity! How did I gain life? Oh, right, they Swords to Plowshared me. Lorien revealed. Okay, so it draws them some cards. What are you casting for free, lady? You can also cast spells off the top of their deck and manipulate the top of their deck using the One Ring. Okay, Smother and Tithe. They already played Emergency Powers, so at least they're not going to Tithe Powers me. Make me draw a lot of cards to make a ton of mana. Please stop. I can't cast my Ding Dang Dragon. Do I pay the 2? Not a chance. I'm actually going to use you for the double blue. And then we're going to double our double. I'm double majoring in Imreth. Okay. I'm threatening lethal. Can you do anything about it? Also, yes, I would love to draw a card. The reason we didn't pay the 2 is because I want to use the Tyrant of Kara Ridge's ability. And I need to use it 3 times for this to work. I'm going to decline on that. Swinging in. Dragon? Yeah, we have to do it. Oh, wait. I don't have enough red. That's only... This is off by 1. Ah, man. Oh, okay. I didn't quite get the numbers right. Alternately, I didn't force myself to tap all my blue sources and leave me only with red. Should have played the land. I did play a land, I thought. Did I not? I didn't play a land. You're so right. I'll hit them with an oops. Oops. All right. We tried. Now let's see if they can kill me. Since I failed to dragon. They should draw a card off the One Ring. For no particular reason. I certainly don't want them to die from it. That would be wild. Do it. Just draw a card right now. Put a burden counter on it. It wouldn't be inert. It wouldn't be a burden. Narset. Narset, hello, it's your turn. Narset. Narset. Oh, it looks like our opponent is back in the game, playing a Mystic Sanctuary to return a spell to the top of their deck so they can cast it for free with Narset. It's going to be more card draw off Lorien Revealed. Also, I don't know why they were roping. I'm the one who missed lethal. Maybe they disconnected? Very possible. They're going to take an extra turn. Iron Craig. With an extra turn and all this card draw, if they can't kill me, I'll be pretty impressed. They're attacking in for 4. They didn't bother crewing the Bank Buster. Here, I'm going to just use this up so it stops telling me to. They also got a Time Warp, Cyclonic Rift, Lorien Revealed. I feel there's no way for me to recover here. just them taking 2 extra turns and attacking in for, like, if they had remembered the extra damage here, that should be able to kill me. So I'm gonna skedaddle. Bye, Narset. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Brawl Stars. I hope you liked me dragging out these games with dragons. Actually, all our games are pretty quick except for one, because most people, once they see that you are ramping into your dragons and you've managed to resolve them, they leave, because dragons are strong, big, flying, and powerful. This deck is pretty sweet, and if you'd like to make it even more streamlined, maybe even add more dragons into it, more creature-based ramp, instead of, you know, running all the Sarkhans that I'm running, because I like Sarkhan. I think he's a pretty cool guy. He can turn his hands into dragon heads. Can you do that? I don't think so. Dragon's Hands McMike actually is the commander of my mono red dragon stack. And if you want to play mono red dragons, I'll recommend him. And if you want to play 5-color dragons, Tiamat is an option in Arena. We do not have Dragon or Scion of the Dragon, but you can still play even more colors of dragons if you want to. If you're looking for the deck list, it's in the description of the video. And if you'd like to suggest a commander for me to build or update, let me know in the comments. Or if you just enjoyed the video, let me know. If you didn't enjoy it, sure, commenting helps promote my video. I found that out, and YouTube says ask people to like, comment, and subscribe. I thought that was a joke. It's real. Some of the other commanders that were suggested for me to update, this was one of them, include Radek and Yuri, Prosper, Chatterfang, Tovalar, Dina, Judith, Rocco, Rafine, Aurelia, Jadzi, Zurgo and Ojutai, just Zurgo, Will, Samut, Miirym, Azuri, and Jolrail. So hopefully we'll get to some of those soon. Thank you to everybody who made a suggestion. I do appreciate knowing what you would like to see me brew. Thank you so much for watching, and have a brawlful day.